Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some more shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin because I'm making a call here at the beginning of this video. I think a bearish breakout is coming to Bitcoin relatively soon based on everything we're seeing on the chart, and in this video, assuming that does happen, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to trade said bearish breakout so that you can make money on it. There's a very prevalent misconception in the cryptocurrency market that when Bitcoin is going down, that means that, oh, I should just leave the market and go screw off somewhere else and do something else because there's no money to be made in Bitcoin and crypto, but that could not be farther from the truth. Bitcoin profitability is reliant not on price direction, but however price volatility, and I think we're about to see a pretty major return to volatility coming here in the next couple of days. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to trade that and exactly how to profit in that. One thing to mention before we get started, though, guys, that CT2A is on sale for another few days. If you'd like to get access to the Academy using the June 2020 coupon code, I highly encourage you to check us out at the link in the description down below and learn everything you need to know about technical analysis all in one place and follow in the footsteps of our 2,000 students who have gone through the Academy and used it to better themselves in the world of technical analysis. But anyway, guys, more on that at the end of the video. For now, though, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, something very important has happened to Bitcoin overnight, and it is this. As you can see, overnight, Bitcoin has fallen below both major uptrending levels of support that we were trying to hold upon. Bitcoin did rally to the upside 4%, but unfortunately, not only did we pull back right to where we started, we pulled back even farther. When you rally 4% and then correct 7%, that is normally going to be indicative that the bears are stronger, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, are strong bears. Why are they strong? I'll tell you why. Bitcoin has been trading sideways for a month and a half. And when Bitcoin trades sideways for a month and a half, and bar one fluke has been setting the exact same high over and over and over again, you can bet your bottom dollar that that level of support that we are above is going to start to fail, especially when the level of resistance we're under has been in effect for nearly 3 years. You compound that with a global economy that is in jeopardy right now, with a lot of people trying to be very, very careful with what money they do have, and you add on top of that a lack of interesting news in the space lately, barring one fluke having to do with PayPal, and you really don't have a good scenario for Bitcoin to break to the upside. When there is a lack, when there is a void of bullish news, of bullish reasons to be bullish on Bitcoin, you can generally expect that Bitcoin's going to correct. And that's what we've seen happen over the last 3 years. That's a great rule of thumb, and it applies here today just as much as it has for the last several years. There's not a great reason to be bullish on Bitcoin right now. The interest in the key search term Bitcoin worldwide is down and continuing to go down. Volume is low, and the 20 moving average is moving right through it, is indicating that it has been low for a while. We've fallen below both of our key moving averages, the 20 DEMA and the 50 SMA on the daily chart, and they are now having the bearish cross we talked about 3 videos ago. MACD was going to cross bullish, and it didn't. RSI is moving to the downside and is continuing to push below 50. Stochh RSI has crossed and moving to the downside. Shorts are falling, and so too are longs. That means a decrease in open interest on the market. And of course, one of the most important things is that Bitcoin did technically fall below these levels of support last night and put a major chink in their armor. Now, yes, I do see the different bullish flashes we're seeing right now. For example, the hash ribbons that everybody's been asking me to talk about. I am well aware we have a buy signal on the hash ribbons, and I am also well aware that those buy signals tend to be very accurate. But I will point out to you, this buy signal in January of 2019 did not see a lot of bullishness start until a full 2.5 months later. So I'm not necessarily saying that this buy signal that's coming in over here on the hash ribbons is invalid. In fact, I think it's probably accurate. I think Bitcoin will be in an uptrend 3 to 4 weeks from now, but for the short term, again, that being the next 14 to 21 days or so, does not look good. I've talked about this in previous videos, but I'm going to say it again. Whether or not Bitcoin pulls back here has everything to do with the traders, and yes, for all of you complaining about it in the comment section, to a small extent, the whales. But at the end of the day, the technical indicators are all pointing to the downside. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to go to the downside. Understand, technical analysis has its limitations. If some fluke news story comes out that, China accepts Bitcoin as their national currency, I'm making something up for effect, you understand. But if something huge and unpredictable, a black swan bullish event comes out of nowhere, it could drive Bitcoin to the upside. Or if, for some reason, all of the traders decide to buy all at the same time, or a whale comes in, yes, Bitcoin can rally here. But unless something like that happens, the technical analysis is pointing to the downside, and normally, unless something invalidates it, that technical analysis is going to come to pass. Bitcoin is showing a lot of bearish technicals right now. I don't think there's a lot of bullish arguments for the short term. Again, let me be clear on that right now. So with that said, now that we've made the case for why Bitcoin is probably going to break to the downside here based on everything that we can observe, how do we trade this? Well, guys, you should be happy to hear that this is actually a very, one, easy trade to make, and two, if you trade it right, a very profitable trade as well. Look, Bitcoin had a little bit of a fake out last night. We pulled all the way down to $9,000 flat, and that's where we stopped. And I'll be honest with you, that makes a lot of sense. $9,000 is a very important big even. What that means is that I would not put an entry position on a stop loss anywhere above $9,000. In fact, a good place to put a stop loss might be just a little over $8,900. Everything I say here in the next 2 to 3 minutes, by the way, is not financial advice. It's simply what I would do, and make sure that you use your own analysis and your own interpretation, your own wisdom, and your own judgment in setting up this trade. This is just the way that I'm looking at it. I would personally plan to put an entry position somewhere around $8,900, maybe even a bit lower, because this bottom right over here was at $8,900 flat, so we might even put an entry position at like $8,850, because that would mean that we're setting a lower low below the most recent low and this more recent low. If Bitcoin puts a new low in below both of those lows, then you can expect that we're going to go lower. I just said low like 25 times. Anyway, stop loss on this, I would encourage you to use a trailing stop loss. That's what I would use in this case, but a stop loss for this, I would probably put somewhere around $9,100. There's not really a major technical reason why I'm calling that, but mainly just because that is about where my gut would tell me to put that trade. And as far as a target, guys, the target could be all the way down to $8,000. If you're going to trade this market, it's actually not a bad idea to go out to the weekly chart and notice that both of our major support levels are at $8,700. So you could even scale out of your position, maybe sell 33% or 50% or 25% of the position short, and then you can, cover part of the short position a little bit earlier than you meant to, so that you lock in some profits, have a trailing stop loss for the rest of it, and you're just in freaking ice cream and candy land up there after you do that. But yeah, guys, I'd probably end up having a target down here around $8,000 or some level of support. There's a lot of them down there. You can pick whichever one you want based on your own analysis. But if you have some kind of trade setup like this is nearly a 3x risk to reward ratio. If you're using even 5x leverage, this would result in about a 50% return. So guys, the reason I showed you that is not so that you can go and just copy the trade setup that I just did, because that is going to be entirely dependent on the market conditions right when that trade gets entered, because this might not be a good trade to enter for a week. You might want to do it before this video even goes out, before you even saw this. You don't really know at the end of the day. There's a lot of at the moment analysis and wisdom and experience and intuition and judgment that needs to go into setting up a trade like this. This is simply my opinion on how I would think about setting it up, and of course that will change depending on the market climate at the time, like I said. Please don't ever make a trade that I showed without doing your own judgment and without running it through your own line of technical analysis and wisdom on your own. But guys, the point of this video is twofold. Number one, I think Bitcoin's going to correct here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a call out on it. I think Bitcoin's going to fall, and I think Bitcoin's going to fall somewhere into the 8,000s. But at the same time, another reason I wanted to show this video was to highlight the fact that just because Bitcoin is correcting, just because Bitcoin may or may not pull back to $8,000, whether it does or not, the fact remains that when Bitcoin goes into a downtrend, that is not a time to get freaked out. That is not a time to FUD. That is not a time to get scared. That is not a time to get sad. That is a time to look for a short position. Guys, shorts are exactly the same thing as longs. You can make just as much money when the market corrects as you can when the market rallies. A short position is literally just the inverse of a long position. You're selling first and buying later instead of buying first and selling later. It's literally just a mirror image of a long. You can make as much money going up as you can going down. You don't need to fear pullbacks. You don't need to fear red candles. You need to fear stagnation. And in fact, fear is the wrong word, because there's nothing to fear about the market trading sideways. It's just boring. If you're not overexposed to the market and you have not put in more money than you're willing to lose, the only emotion I can understand any of you feeling is boredom. I understand that, but I don't understand fear, because if you're fearful about your trade, if you're fearful about your investment, it means you invested too much, because you're not able to trade that without emotion. Look, guys, I've made the point before. If you cannot take the money that you have in your Bybit account or whatever and take it into the backyard in Benjamins and US dollar bills or euros or whatever and douse it in gasoline and set it on fire and chant some kind of rain dance around it while it burns, you have no business trading it, because you're clearly attached to it, because maybe you need to pay bills, or you need it for your retirement fund, or you need it to buy a new car because your car is broken down. Whatever it is, if you cannot afford to lose that money, you should not be trading with it. And if you don't have to have it, then you shouldn't be emotional if you lose it, because you already accepted the fact that you might lose it. So guys, I'm cautioning you here at the end of the video. Don't get scared by pullbacks. And if you're feeling any emotion other than boredom, and maybe a little bit of excitement when Bitcoin rallies. If you're feeling any emotions other than those, you're probably doing something wrong. You have probably invested too much. It's really sad because I see a lot of people, I see too many people get into the space thinking, this is it. I'm going to make $1 billion. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. I'm going to have a new house. I'm going to get all the girls. I'm going to have champagne bottles and be popping them out on the beaches of Maui. And I'm going to live the life because I'm in Bitcoin. It's not that simple. You know, I mean, that'll come in time, maybe, if that's the life you want. I'm not very interested in that life. But if you're interested in that and you work hard, you can have it. Absolutely. But it's not going to come overnight. A lot of people expect the cake before their birthday comes in cryptocurrency. A lot of people expect that they're going to have all the rewards before they've actually put in the work. Guys, it takes a lot, and I do mean a lot of work. The thing I love about Bitcoin is that it's a level playing field. Everyone who is in cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter the color of your skin, your nationality, it doesn't matter any of that. The only thing that matters as to how much money you make is how good you are at controlling your emotions, reading charts, and trading, and your experience. That's all that matters. It's a level playing field. If you lost a trade, own up to it and say, okay, I screwed up. What can I do better next time? It's a fantastic playing field because what it means is that the only way to get better is to look at yourself humbly and say, man, I screwed up. What can I do better next time? And I'm not going to lie, that right there might be one of my favorite things about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is the way that it forces people to introspect on themselves and look at their own flaws and shine a spotlight under them so that they can start fixing them. I think Bitcoin's going to the downside. I showed you how the trade setup works, and I want you guys to remember, walk humbly and keep improving. It will pay dividends, that much I can assure you. Anyway, guys, before we go, if you enjoyed today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and also leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear where you think Bitcoin is going. If you wouldn't mind, hit the poll in the top right. Do you think Bitcoin's going to go up? Do you think it's going to go down like I think it's going to? Or do you think it's going to go somewhere else? If you think it's the other and you hit the other button, tell us in the comment section down below what you think Bitcoin's going to do. Is it going to go sideways? Is it going to go to Mars? It's going to go like vacation in the Bahamas. I'd love to hear what you think Bitcoin is going to do in the next couple of weeks. I'm personally voting that Bitcoin's going to win America's Got Talent, but I don't really know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, before we go, I do want to mention CT2A. Guys, you may have noticed on this channel, we don't really do any sponsorships. We don't have very many affiliates. Every single one of the affiliate links down below I personally use, so I can personally vouch for. But we don't really, pretty much none of our revenue here at the channel to pay the bills and all the lighting and everything, pretty much none of that comes from outside parties. Pretty much all of it comes from the Academy and products that we ourselves have built so that we can stand by them. I made that decision very early on that to monetize the channel, I only want to sell something that I made. Now, that might not continue forever, but for now, that's the way it is. The reason I love CT2A is because I created it, and I don't have to pretend that it's a good product. I don't have to pretend that I love it. I don't have to pretend that it's helped me because I'm the one that made it, and I get to see these amazing testimonies from our students every single day in the Discord server, on Twitter, in the comment sections, in the emails, everywhere. People telling me what they think about the Academy. And there are a lot of people saying it now because there are, last I checked, 1,820 people in the Academy. We have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and basically no one uses that refund policy. Every once in a while, someone does. It's less than 1 in 100 students do. And when they do, I ask them, hey, by the way, your money's already on the way back to you. Refund has been processed. All good. Thanks for joining us in the first place. But just out of curiosity, in case there's anything we can improve, why exactly did you decide to go ahead and refund the Academy? And every single time, without fail, they always tell me, I just didn't have the time. And you know what? That's fine. If you don't have the time for Bitcoin, if you don't have the time for cryptocurrency, if you're happy with the life you have right now, that's fine. But I don't think you'd still be watching this video if that were the case. I think if you're still watching this video, it means that you are interested in Bitcoin, it means that you are interested in cryptocurrency, and it means that you want to take the next step so that you can actually start learning, profiting, and trading these markets. Guys, yeah, at the end of these videos, I sell CT2A. I'm not ashamed of that because I'm not selling snake oil. I'm selling a product that works. I'm selling a product that I have seen impact hundreds of thousands, a couple thousand now people's lives. I'm happy to talk about CT2A here after the video's over. If you don't want to hear this, you can click off. I'm happy to talk about it because CT2A is an amazing exchange that we've set up so that we're able to keep the lights on around here, so that we're able to do all this expansion and bring you guys more content. I was working on this business for like 12 hours yesterday. I have so much stuff going on in the background trying to bring you guys more content. And the way that that is funded is through the amazing partnership that we have with you guys with CT2A. If you guys want to learn how to trade cryptocurrency, I highly encourage you. Check us out. The link in the description down below. Like I said, if it's not worth your time, we have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee. Shoot us an email. Boom, your money's on its way back before you could say yippee-ki-yay, mamacita. Yeah. Anyway, guys, like I've always said, the greatest investment you will ever make is not an investment in Bitcoin or any kind of stock. It is an investment in your own mind. I have learned that the hard way, the easy way, the difficult way, whatever you want to call it, I've learned it over the last 3 years. There is no better investment that you will ever make than one in yourself. You look at entrepreneurs, you look at basketball players, baseball players, football players, all of them. What are they doing? They're investing in their body and they're investing in their mind. Sure, they might invest in the S&P 500 also, but you have to understand an investment is also something that brings returns for you, not just for your bank account. Investing in your mind and investing in your body are two of the greatest investments you will ever make, and that is what we have set up as a way for you to do that. So guys, if you're interested, I encourage you hit the link down below, sign up with the coupon code June2020, and you will get access to the entire academy, all current and all future content. You are a lifetime member, and that will never be taken away from you. There are people that joined nearly 2 years ago and still have access to all of the new content that's coming out. But guys, like I said, CT2A will be increasing in price at the end of this month, so if you want to join, I encourage you to do it now. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just really want to thank you guys. We have seen so much growth here in the last couple of months. We've been working on this channel very, very hard for nearly 3 years now. It has been a long, hard, emotional, awesome ride. There's been blood, sweat, and tears that went into the background of this that you guys never saw. Believe me, there's been a lot of them. And it's really paying off. And that's not because of what I've done. That's because you guys, for some reason, decided to watch the first 600 videos on this channel, which were kind of terrible. So I really do just want to thank you guys for watching the videos, for enjoying the videos, and for coming with me on this journey. I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.